Good evening. Oh God, baggy eyes. Think I need to save up for a facelift. I don't know about anything else. Hi Nathan. You think I should do a GoFundMe for a facelift, Nathan? Oh dearie me, bags under the eyes, wrinkles. Oh my giddy aunt. Oh, well, how is everybody? Is everybody okay? Hi Connie. Are you all okay? There's 5 people here so far, so just waiting for the others to not be so shy and to say hello. I've got me coffee. Yeah. How am I doing? I'm a bit confused. I rang 119 or the NHS, and last time I was due to go in hospital, I got a COVID test. Now, whoever, they said, oh, you can't have one. You've got to do it at the clinic or you've got to do it at the hospital. The clinic has never told me anything, never got in contact with me, nothing. So I thought, I'll ring them up. Oh, they only open Monday to Friday. So I've got to wait now. Excuse me, hushing up. I've got to wait now till Monday to give them a ring. So I don't know what's going to happen, whether they'll do a COVID test. I don't know. I'm just hoping they don't flipping cancel me again. Right, who have I missed? Hiya, June. Hiya, Chris. So I don't even know what's happening. You know, I'm always confused at the best of times, but I'm even more confused now. Yeah. As you know, I got my scooter and I managed to get to St Anne's. Tell you what, was blooming heavy, that scooter. It's blooming everything to lug about. It's great on the tram because the tram goes flat with the platform. So you can just wheel it on. Heavy or no, you can just wheel it on. Bus, no. The bus stops about that far away from the curb. So there's this dip in between. So you have to sort of like bump it down into the dip, which it won't do because it's too wide. And then you have to try and bump it out again. Fortunately, on both occasions, somebody came to my rescue and helped me. But I said, I think buses are out of the question. Trams, fine. Buses, no. Yeah. Who have I missed now? Hi, Jane. Hi, Sandra. Oh, I'm hoping by next week I can at least see what people are writing. Does help. Does help a little. They do have a ramp on the buses that drops down, but it would drop it down to road level and it would still have if they'd pull up a bit closer to the curb, it'd be fine. But when the ramp goes down, it still isn't level with the curb. There's still about that much of a gap where your wheels are going to bump down. Not designed for people with wheelchairs or whatever. What I did like though, on the bus there is a sign. It said this space is dedicated for wheelchair users. Women, people with buggies can use it if nobody wants the wheelchair space. But if anybody wants the wheelchair space, they have to move. Yeah, by law, they have to move. I wish they did that in Manchester because I witnessed so many times these women with prams loaded up with shopping and bags and everything. People trying to get on with wheelchairs, etc. Would they move? No, they wouldn't. I paid for my ticket. I'm not moving. Yeah, I hope one day they are in a wheelchair. Yeah. Yeah, the bus there does have a fold-out ramp, but they don't go close enough to the pavement, Nathan. They don't go close enough to the pavement. You'd still have that gap where you would go down and then have to get up the curb again. So yeah, they do. They have ramps here, they do. But my problem is there's that gap. They should have a ramp that goes like that onto the pavement and then you could just roll not. Excuse me, having a drink. If you want to know what it says today is the first day of, and then you tip it up. It said of the rest of the miserable week. You're supposed to have it on a Monday, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah, they just the buses here just have a ramp that drops down. It doesn't go to the pavement. Yeah, yeah. Yours falls out onto onto the path. Yeah, if there was a gap like that, say, and they dropped it down, and I could go with my whole scooter onto the road and then lift it onto the curb, it would be great, Nathan. But no, the buses here just drop down. They don't go drop down and then fold out. So, tell you what though, the back, it's a right bone shaker, that thing. I'm glad it's not my proper scooter, if you're with me. Getting back on my proper scooter was like getting in a Rolls Royce after being on a clapped out Mini. Oh, I pity people who've only got them. Oh, they're like, and you can't go down anything, not even a titchy witchy little curb. You can't go down it, yeah. Kneel and have a fold out. Oh, God, Chris. We're obviously not disabled friendly in the UK. Right. I've been using up my lovely wool. Oh, it's lovely, this wool. Of yarn, as you call it in America. Woolcraft Pebble. I went back to the market and I thought I'd get some more. £3 for 200 grams. Whew, great, fabulous. Only to find this must have been priced wrong. I looked online, the price was £4.99, so I thought, oh, how can she sell it for £3 if it's £4.99 online? She's still got it written as £3 on here, but she says it's £4.50 now. But yeah, it still says £3 on there. So she should get her prices right, shouldn't she? But either way, it's lovely. It is lovely. Even if it's £4.50, it's still like 50p cheaper than it is online. Plus, you'd have to pay postage. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Ethan. Hello, Pauline. Hello. Yeah, so I am quite disappointed, to be quite truthful, with this scooter. I don't know whether I'd have paid so much for a bone rattler if I'd have known. Oh, people did try to warn me, but no, I always know better, don't I? So that. Hello, Blind Stitch's creation. You stayed in a handicapped, accessible, newly renovated hotel. Critique the room. See, they're not good here. One of the ladies in my evening knit club, her husband is disabled, and they asked for a disabled-friendly room. This is in the UK. When they got there, the lift wasn't working, so that wasn't good. But they did repair it, but it took 2 days. And the room they gave them had a bath. Not a shower, not a hoist, not anything. So he couldn't get in the bath. So she did complain miserably. Anyway, they gave him another room that did have a walk-in shower, but they still didn't repair the lift for 2 days. So we're not that on the ball in the UK here as far as disabled's concerned. Yeah. I wish we were more. It's amazing around here. Oh, my scooter works, Ginger. It's just a bit of a bone rattler. You know, with having back troubles, the last thing I need is anything doing that to my back. Yeah. Which this does. Which is why I've got the big, massive scooter with the big, comfy seat and the spring in, because it's fantastic. And when I come back, I don't feel as though I've been mangled, yeah. But this scooter, I felt like somebody had shook me from here to. But I suppose that's what you get for getting a folding scooter, isn't it? Yeah. It folds up great, folds up, but heavy. You'd have to be a weightlifter to pick that thing up, I tell you. Yeah. I'm Shelley. I keep wanting to call you Evie because that's the name of the blind lady that I know. Oh dear. Right, I'm making a hat if you want to know what I'm making with this yarn. I've got that much left, which I really don't think is enough for a second hat, but you know, fools rush in where angels feet to tread, so I'm having a go. That's what I've made. You can see it. Oh, you can't see it very well, can you? The colours. Can you see the colours? They're beautiful colours. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, you can see it better there. It's the Divine Hat. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. And there's also a couple of tutorials on YouTube. I think Fiber Spider's done one of them. But as I don't like his voice, it grates on my ears, I chose another lady. I can't remember who now. But it's called a Divine Hat, and it's meant to twirl like that. It's meant to twist. It's not me that's done it wrong. So that's, oh, you can see, oh yeah, you can see the colours there, can't you? They're really beautiful colours, how they shade, you know, from one to the other. Yeah, it's not for me, by the way. It's for this shop. Yeah, I went all the way to St Anne's hoping that this lady would help me make a web page, and she didn't. Anyway, I asked on our local page, and a lady has said she can help me to make a Facebook page to sell. So I didn't. I looked into bus passes, only me, and I don't think the printer's working. And to be quite honest, to buy new ink for this printer, it would cost me about 60 quid. You have to buy two, and they're about £30 an ink. So it would be cheaper to just go out and buy a new printer. So I looked into this bus pass thing, and it wasn't an online fill-in. It was a print the thing off, and then you had to send photocopies of other things, of like your birth certificate and stuff like that. And you had to send proof of why your birth certificate name wasn't the same as your name you're using, like your marriage certificate, which I don't have because I'm divorced. I don't even know if I've got my divorce papers. I don't even know because I got rid of so much when I moved. And I think the only time I would need my divorce papers is if I was going to get married again, which is not likely to happen. And then I've got to take a photograph and stick it on with glue. I mean, when I did my blue badge, it was all done online and all done digitally. You know, you could scan your documents and do it that way. But no, this has to be done in black and white and everything. So I don't know. I'm going to ring them up on Monday and say, what about people who don't have a printer? What are we supposed to do? And then somebody said, oh, there's a photo booth in Asda. I'm on 3 days now where I'm supposed to be self-isolating. But I can't self-isolate because I haven't had my COVID test. They won't book my COVID test because the hospital's got to book it. So how can I self-isolate when I'm supposed to go out? Oh, I don't know. Tell you, if they cancel it again, I'm going to scream. Going to scream, going to scream. You're going to teach yourself to loom knit. It always looks a bit slow to me, but then I can knit, so that's probably... Yeah, we don't have such a thing as a local bus station, Heather. I would have to go to Fleetwood or go... Either way, I'm going to have to wait until I'm not self-isolating, so a few more days won't make any difference. Hello, Henry. What is your craft of choice, Henry? Do you knit? Do you crochet? What do you do? Come and join us. I had a long conversation via the phone, you know, text messaging with Sue. She's helping out at one of these good as new places now. You know, they're not, you call them Goodwills and whatever you call it, don't you? We call them different names over here. So she's been helping out there. You know, helps her to socialise, doesn't it? I am not sure about the whistle, Connie. Really not sure. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, when I can get out and about again, I dare say the family will take me to get photographs done at Asda. But I'm not worried at the moment because I won't be able to go anywhere, will I, for a few days? Because apparently, after you've had the operation, you can't look down, which should be a bit awkward when you're trying to crochet, shouldn't it? But we'll have to see how we get on. Yeah. Yeah. I finished my lady's jacket. It's blocking in the dining room, but I noticed I'd sewn one of the pockets on a little bit wonky, so I didn't take any photos. So yeah. No, that's what I mean, as I haven't been in touch with her because A, the pocket's a bit wonky, and B, she can't come while I'm self-isolating. Um, she will be at the, not the Ruskin, yeah, the Ruskin Arms. They're still doing the craft fairs in Blackpool until the end of November, I think it is. So I could see her there, but I won't be able to go because after I've had my eye done, I won't be able to look down or wobble or whatever. It'll all come. She only doesn't want it till Christmas anyway. It's for Christmas, so she'll have it definitely for Christmas. Yeah, she definitely will have it for them. So as I say, I'm not worrying too much now. Is that supposed to be a thingy? Hi, Esther. Right, I'm supposed to have 15 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I've got 15. Yeah. So I'm fine. I didn't print the pattern off, so now I have to look at the other hat, whatever it is, to find out how many rows I've got to do with 2. 1, 2, 3. Another 2 to do. Yeah. It's quite an easy pattern, actually, if you want to look it up. I'd forgotten how to do it, so I found the tutorial online, and she'd actually made fingerless mitts, this lady, to match. So, but that was on a different video, so I didn't look that up. Yeah. Craft fair in Cleveland Community Centre. Oh, I'll have to look that up. Yeah, I'll have to look that one up, only me. Yeah. Hi, Magali. I haven't been watching some of the videos, I must admit. I've been a bit remiss. You know what I've been like about watching videos at the minute? I've not been very good at doing it. Mm. I did well going to St Anne's, actually. I only got lost twice. First of all, I couldn't find the bus because I had the street names written on a piece of paper to get to the bus station, but none of the streets had names. Or if they did, I couldn't read them. Yeah. And everybody I asked was on holiday. Oh, I don't know. Love them on holiday. Yeah. Why they were on holiday, I don't know. The wind from the seafront at Blackpool, it was like an advert. You were like that. It was blowing that much. I looked like a scarecrow by the time I arrived. It was so blowing. No, I've not watched her videos lately, no. Hi, BB. Have I missed a message? Oh, dear. Read your message. Message on here, BB, or message somewhere else? Hmm? Where am I reading the message, BB? Tell me, tell me. Message on here. Oh, right. I'm going to have to scroll back. You know I can't see, BB, and I'm not doing things deliberately, but I just can't see. Right, BB, BB. Oh, there we go. How to start a top-down cardigan. I've only ever done them with a pattern. There is a couple of really good top-down cardigan tutorials on YouTube. I think one of them was done by Claire. She used to be Bob Wilson 123. But if you type in top-down cardigans, another one was the lady called, I think she's called Uwana. I think that's they've got top-down cardigan, tutorials. Yeah. I missed all your things. What things, Henry? I can't see anything. I'm waiting for my eyes done. I'm having trouble reading things. So if I've missed anything of anybody's, I'm very sorry, but I'm doing my best. I am hoping next Saturday I'll be able to see anything. Oh, hello, Jill. Thank you. Yeah. Is that for BB? Make and Do crew has some top-down ones. There you are, BB. I know I've seen a few, but I just couldn't remember who'd done them. Thanks for that, Jill. Jill to the rescue. Da, 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 da. She's like the cavalry. She come riding in. Hiya, Jill. How are you doing? If Shad was here, he'd call her Blossom, but I don't know her as Blossom. I've only ever known her as Jill. How is everyone? Well, yeah, confused, but apart from that, I'm fine. But then again, I'm always confused, so. Yeah, it's been one of those weeks, yeah. I didn't get my web page made when I went to St Anne. She seems to have forgotten all about offering. I kept bringing up the subject and she just kept waffling past it, so I just took it that she didn't want to do it. But I did get the paint for my dolly's house, although I've no intentions of starting it until after Christmas, until the drier weather comes, because I need to, paint outside. When you're painting, you don't want the fumes, do you, in the shed? Yeah. What am I making? I'm making the Divine Hat, and it is called the Divine Hat. It's not me calling it divine. And there is a YouTube video for this. One of them is by Fiber Spider. I can't remember the lady's name that I followed. And I'm making it with that lovely wool I got from the market, which is Woolcraft Pebble. Chunky. Yeah. You got back from New Orleans with a stomach bug and now you've got a sore throat. Oh gosh, you are in the wars, aren't you, Jill? I hope you feel better soon, yeah? Oh, does YouTube ever tell you when people do videos? It doesn't me. It flashes them up on here like a little zoop, zoop. Somebody's made a video. Zoop. Yeah, it's the Divine Hat, Jill, yeah. It's not me calling it the Divine Hat, it is the Divine Hat. I'd forgotten how to start it. And when I looked, there was a YouTube video, so that was so great. So I was quite happy with that. Hi, John. How are you? You'd be glad to know how Rosie's feeling a lot better. She's back to her normal antics and tricks, yeah? She's more like her normal self again. For those of you who don't know, she had a first season and she had it really bad, poor little girl. But she's doing well. We will have a spade. It was her first and her last season because we don't intend her to have any puppies. But the vet did say it was best that she had one season first before we had a spade. So this is what we did. Oh, for those of you who follow Erin, she used to be called Gimme Owl 418. They've lost their last doggy. They have Burmese dogs, and they've they've not had much luck with them. They've lost them one by one by one. And they also had 2 chihuahuas, and they've both gone as well. Oh, hello, YouTube has just told me. Watch Creations by Jax live in 30 minutes. No, because I'm on here. So if you want to leave me and go and watch Creations by Jax, she's doing a chitty-chatty time up or something in 30 minutes, yeah. I haven't heard from Kelly. I don't know how she's getting on, whether she started her job or not. I haven't heard anything, sadly. Because I don't like to ring her if she's working, because I don't know what her hours are. So, maybe she'll make another video, yeah. The markets, Wednesdays, and not, oh, I can't do Wednesdays. I go to a minute club. So I can't do Wednesdays. That's probably why I didn't know about it, because I do other things. I've got 2 knit clubs on a Wednesday. I wish they weren't both on the same day. Apparently one of the ladies was saying that there's some more knit clubs on different days, but I don't want to over knit myself, if you know what I mean. I would like another one on another day, but yeah. You're on your phone in your chair, right? You take care of yourself, Jill. If you want to be on your phone in your chair, you be on your phone in your chair. I tell you, if I didn't have to sit here on this computer chair, I'd be elsewhere too. But you know me, I'm not technical. I can't do these things. I gave my son that GoPro camera, Jill, because I never worked it out. Never worked it out. I was going to do live videos going down the seafront. Couldn't work. I couldn't get it to start and stop. My son's like, it's dead easy. A fool could do it. You just press start and button. Yeah, well, right. Okay, fine. Oh, poor little thing. He got sick as well, did he? Hi, Isaac. You're on your iPad, lying on the bed. Well, don't be nodding off, will you, only me? Don't be nodding off. I do that. I put my, I've only got a Fire Stick. I've not got a Posh anything. And I put it next to me, up next to me on the pillow. And I listen to these little short stories, and I always nod off. And then the following day, I can't remember which short story I was listening to, so I can listen to the end of it, because I always fall asleep before the end. So I've got like about 6 half stories in my brain without knowing any of the ends of them. Hey, I've not always been stupid. I've worked on it, yeah. It comes with age. You have to work at being stupid, yeah. But, yeah. I could imagine the ending. Well, it's the mysteries. They're like Agatha Christie's or Agatha Raisins and things like that, yeah. You listen to true crime. Yeah, you're a bit like me. I don't like soppy stories when I'm going to sleep. I'm always reading crime things. When I'm reading physical books, they're always crime things as well. Something wrong, isn't there? Somebody once said you read about what's missing in your life. Now, when I was younger, I used to read romance. The Mills and Boons, the sloppy girl always gets the hero, the heroine, whatever. No, the hero. And he's always got loads of money and they live happily ever after. So I think that's kind of what I was missing when I was younger. But now I'm a bit worried because I only ever read crime novels, yeah. You listen to gardening programs. Everything I touch dies. In fact, my daughter-in-law said to me today, I said, my plant's not doing very well. I keep forgetting to water it. And she said, well, she said, the other plant, she said, I threw it out, it died. When I was living in Prestwich, I never, um, nothing ever got killed because they were on my kitchen window bottom. And so I remembered to water them because I was looking at them every time I washed the dishes. But here, they're on the window bottoms in the lounge. And I just forget all about them because they're kind of like behind the curtain. And so, I'm not very good. And I said to her, I said, I don't think that other one's doing very well. I said, perhaps we should put it in the conservatory. If I put it in the conservatory, maybe then my daughter-in-law will remember to water it. Have I heard from Miguel? I think he was on last week, but I can't swear. Chris, can you remember? Was Miguel on last week? Can't remember. Sorry. Yeah, that's the ones I've been listening to, Teresa. The ones with Penelope Keith. Yeah. Yeah, I've been because they're only about an hour long, so I don't want anything that goes on too long. Not that it matters because I fall asleep anyway. Hello, Sean. How are you doing? No, I'm sure he was on last week. Or was it Shad that was on last week? Oh, I can't remember. He's made a video, hasn't he, about the chickens? I'm sure he did. I know there was a message from him on the channel saying that he hadn't been very well. So maybe he's just keeping his head down and trying to get better. I'm sure he'd posted on that other channel thing he posts on. I can't remember the name of it. Not the Texas something or other, but I'm sure he posted something on there. So he must be around somewhere. You're tired, are you, Shani? I don't surprise you've been making a bed. And I mean making a bed, I mean actually assembling it. She's been putting a bed together. His video was 3 days ago. When was his last posting on that? What's it called? That other group he belongs to, where he goes to meet people. Something Crochets of Adlington or something, was it? I'm sure he posted something on there the other day. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I just know when people turn up on here and when they don't. And if they don't, well, that's their decision, isn't it? There's not a roll call every week like, oh, somebody's not here. Ooh, we're on it. Yeah. Crochet Knit Addicts, is that the one he's on? I don't know. I know he posted, I'm sure I read something the other day. Can't remember what it was, though. Shad was definitely on last week because he asked me about my necklace, so he was definitely on last week. Yeah, I mean, he's probably busy, Chris, yeah. As I said, there's not a roll call. People don't have to come on here, yeah. Why was his other bed very small, Sean? Hi, Jeanette. Was it a little bed? Was it a sort of a one size up toddler bed, yeah? Hi, Jeannie. I used to have to put a rolled up duvet at the side of my son's bed because he kept rolling out. So I used to roll an old duvet and put it all along the side so if he fell out, he'd land on something cushy. I don't know what he used to do. He used to throw himself around in bed. what you call a violent sleeper. Yeah. Oh, he likes to starfish, yeah. My son always did in his little cot. I had to take him out of a little cot and put him in a bed because he used to keep hitting the rails of the cot. Yeah. Oh, what you been organising, Jill? Tell us all. Anything exciting? Yeah, we had a really high tide here. I mean, it didn't affect the house, but when I was going along the seafront on Thursday, I went to the market. The sand and the stuff that was blown up on the seafront. I felt like I was riding through the desert. All this sand. Yeah. And you couldn't avoid it because it was everywhere. It was like sort of scooting through sand dunes. It was that bad. I mean, they are quite good, the council here, I will say that they were working with, like digger things, trying to shift a lot of the sand. Now, I suppose they need to put it back on the beach, don't they? Yeah. Oh, you took bags of clothes. Yeah. I need to have another look through my wardrobe. It's a little bit too crowded. Yeah. I don't like parting with things because I know I'm going to wear them. But when you sort of, your wardrobe's not that big and you're going, trying to look at clothes and they're all getting creased and squashed up because there's too many in there. But I find it so difficult to let go. I let go of 2/3 of my wardrobe when I moved here. So I find it so hard to let go of things because I know I'm going to wear them. Yeah. I'm the kind of person who will keep clothes for 10 years and still wear them. Yeah. I'm not a fashionista, that changes her clothes with every season. Yeah. If I like a skirt, I'll wear it. I mean, some of the things I've got in the wardrobe are donkey's years old. And, I still want to wear them. I still like them. I mean, sweaters, I'm the worst. It breaks my heart to get rid of a sweater, that I've made myself because it's still in good condition. And I know for a fact if you put them in the charity shop, nobody wants to buy them. Yeah. Yeah. We were just talking about Christmas trees today, full of real of Shan, thinking, where am I going to fit one in here? I'm going to try and get one of those taller, slim ones rather than a big, bushy one. It'll have to be a fake one because we don't want the dog eating it. She's got a thing about wood. She eats the firewood if you don't watch her. So I don't want her eating a Christmas tree. Anyway, real ones just shed everywhere. So it'll be a fake one. I'll have to go hunting when I can get back out again after me up. If me up happens, but please, everybody, keep the fingers crossed that they don't cancel me out again. I've got a coat that I've had for at least, my friend June got it for me from a charity shop or whatever you call them, Goodwill shop, whatever, thrift shop. And it was cashmere. And we paid about, I think it was £15 or £20 for it, we paid. But it was cashmere. And I've still got it and I still wear it. So it must be, she she got married about 20 odd years ago. And I lost touch with her after she got married. So I must have had this coat 20 years plus. And I still love it. Yeah, still love it. It's a bit of a nuisance on my scooter though because it has no fastenings. So I really need to think about putting some kind of a hidden fastening, like some kind of a fur coat hook and eye or a ribbon or something to keep it closed. Yeah. So Clock House, I remember them. Yeah, I used to have some clothes. I used to buy quite a few things from C&A. Although I'm sure I've not got anything left from there now. Yeah. I'm working on a hat, Pauline. That's what I'm working on. Yeah. You need some more coffee beans. Well, I know. I read your note. Good for you. I hope you do. It'll make a big difference to you. Although I don't think you're going to get G off the bus, are you? I think he's a bus maniac, isn't he? I don't know whether he'll take to you going in a car. Oh, dear. Yeah, I didn't bring my Christmas tree with me. I didn't bring it. It was only a tiny little thing, but I didn't bring it. I'm sorry because I accidentally threw away a nativity that I'd had from being a tiny little girl, and I accidentally threw it away. So I was really upset when I realised what had happened, that it got thrown away with the Christmas ornaments. So sad about that. Things like that you cannot replace, can you? I mean, I'd had it from at least being about 5 years old, yeah. Ah, you travel further afield, yeah, to see new colours of buses, yeah, that's right. An 8-foot Christmas tree. Jane, is there room for you in the lounge with an 8-foot Christmas tree? Yeah. How does Christine cope with an 8-foot Christmas tree? Huh? I don't know how Rosie would cope with a Christmas tree. When I had a big Christmas tree, well, it's not my cat anymore, my late cat used to climb up inside it. It was a pain. And you'd see the tree swaying like that, and then bubbles would be bouncing about. And I used to have to go and try and get him out, and of course they onto you, don't they? Because they don't want to come out, they're having fun. Buster the dog used to lie underneath the Christmas tree and just bat the bubbles with a paw. Gigi used to completely ignore. Did I tell you they've got 2 new chihuahuas? Gigi's daddies. They've got 2 new chihuahuas. Bertie and Lena, little brother and sister. Yeah. Oh, I don't want a big tree. Take up too much room. I know I've got a biggish lounge, but I've not really got any wall space. Yeah. The sun lit me fire. I think it's gone out now. Oh, it's glowing a bit, isn't it? Just glowing. I usually let it go down about this time of night and don't put any more fuel on it. Because this room, once it gets warm, it stays pretty warm actually. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it used to be the highlight. When I think about it, when I was a kiddie, we had the same tatty tree all the time I was growing up. I don't think we bought a new one until I was about a teenager. And we had all the same ornaments, the pre-war ornaments. Yeah. They used to be made out of proper glass and everything, painted. We used to have a pear of an apple that were literally glass that had been painted. And over the years, the paint had worn off them. But we still had them. We used to hang them around the back where people couldn't see them, yeah. You going to Colorado? I'm going to Fleetwood. But then I'm here already. Yeah, we used to always, like meet up, my brother's family. But it's gotten too much for my sister-in-law now. She's in her 80s now and it's too much. So I don't know what's happening. I'm not going over all the way over there just to go out for a meal, because then somebody would have to bring me all the way back, and it's not right on a Christmas day, is it? Somebody has to bring me back and can't even have a glass of wine. So I said, oh, don't bother about me. I'll stay here. I'm going out for 2 Christmas dinners with the girls from the knit club, the evening knit club. So we're going out for 2 Christmas dinners, so it doesn't really matter if we will have a Christmas dinner here. Whether we'll have any family here, I don't know. Sometimes we have family Boxing Day instead of Christmas Day. So it might just be the 3 of us for Christmas Day. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've kind of acclimatized. Can't get the word out. Acclimatized to the coast. Yeah. It's not the same when it's wet. It sort of loses its appeal a little bit when it's wet. But, you know, as I say, you burnt your bridges, you're here now. Too old to be starting to move again. My son and daughter-in-law absolutely love it here. They love being so close to the sea. And Rosie, of course, doesn't know any difference, so, you know. Yeah, we used to have a celluloid fairy, but she got too battered in the end. My dad used to put the hairdryer on her little face to make it pop out again because it used to go because she used to fall off and get damaged. So if you gently warm it with the hairdryer, the celluloid pops out again. That's the tip for you, Jeannie. Not too hot though. You just have to gently warm it. Yeah. Yeah, I need to start all over again. Fairy lights and everything. Yeah. I didn't bother when I was on my own because it's not the same. But like now we've got the little ones that might come and visit. You know, I might make the effort for them. Because literally it's like Christmas, don't they? They're like Christmas lights. They're like bubbles, fairies, God knows what. So, yeah. I don't know, my friend June will be trimming up everything. Mm. I'm having a break from making Christmas ornaments. Have you seen? I've been making little jumpers and little sort of ornaments out of those Indian bangles I've been making. But I'm having a break. Decided to crochet a hat instead. I just wasn't in the mood for a Christmas decoration today. If that would work, I would be doing that every day, only me, yeah. My niece said, what did I want for my birthday? So I said, well, being as I'm going to have my eye done, fingers crossed, everybody please that they don't cancel it again. I said, I'll probably be able to see my face a lot better. So therefore, I'll be able to see my wrinkles a lot better. So I said, good wrinkle cream is what I need, yeah. Oh, Bag a Day Crochet is live if anybody wants to desert me. Yeah, the celluloid fairy gets cosmetic surgery. Well, I'm old enough to remember when my doll used to be made out of celluloid because just after the war, oh, thank you, only me. Just after the war, you couldn't get dolls, couldn't get them, and they were made out of the thinnest possible celluloid. So, like, you know, if you only touched it or dinted it or whatever, its face used to pop in. And so my dad used to be a dab hand at just gently sort of coaxing it back to life again. Yeah, Bod Yarn's going live in a few minutes if anybody wants to desert me. Yeah. I don't mind if people desert me. I don't mind. I don't take the huff. Trev usually goes live as well if anybody wants to watch diamond painting. I'm a bit confused though as to why Trevor's videos just disappear. If you don't watch them when they're live, they're not there when you go into his channel. It just says there's no content to show. So her own line of Daniel's yarn. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, we all used to have a little black doll, didn't we? Now I think you'd be called racist. I've got a lovely, lovely black doll. She's quite new. She's the size of an American girl doll. Those in America will know what I'm talking about. 18 inches tall for those in the UK. She's got the most beautiful curly hair. She's still in her box in the shed at the moment because there's nowhere to put her. I don't even know where I'm going to put my doll's house. Because if I put it anywhere in the house, the kids will fiddle with it, yeah. And it's not that kind of a dolly's house, if you know what I mean. It's not going to be a little girl's fiddle with doll's house, yeah. I've got the two littlest girls. They're real fiddle fingers, both of them. They're into everything, yeah. Yeah, I always wanted one. I finally got one. If you're in the UK, you'll remember rosebud dolls. They were only about so big, weren't they? And that was the name of them, Rosebud. It wasn't the name of the doll. The brand name called Rosebud dolls. And I finally got one. My aunt made me a little wardrobe for it. She was a beautiful sewer, and she made me a little dress and coat and everything for it. I don't know whatever happened to that. My mother was a demon. If you didn't play with something for a little while, it went with you. You never saw it again. I lost a lot of my things that way. That's how come I lost the doll's house. I didn't play with it for a little while. I came home from school and it was gone. Yeah. You had a rosebud doll, yeah. And I also had a doll that it was meant to be like Princess Anne when she was a little girl. It was a lovely doll. It was about that big. And that was called Little Princess Doll. Once again, I have no idea what happened to that doll. My mother must have been accidentally tidying it up. Yeah. A baby bean. Yeah. Sue likes those Cabbage Patch dolls. I think they're the ugliest thing ever. She's got quite a collection of Cabbage Patch dolls. I was never struck on them. I thought they were so ugly. I remember wanting a baby doll. For a long time, I wanted a baby doll. And my mother kept saying I was too old. I would be about 11. And I finished up begging everybody to give me money for my birthday or whatever, saving up my odd money, and finally getting this baby doll. And I had that for years. In fact, I still had it when I got married, which my ex-husband wasn't thrilled about. So I took it to the shop and used it for a display doll in the window. That wasn't pretty. That wasn't a pretty doll at all. Yeah. Oh, your doll had marbles, yeah. Barbie Midge. I'm too old for the Barbie. I did have a teenage doll, but it was only a cheap plastic one. It was long, long before Barbie and Cindy and things like that, yeah. Yeah. Our dolls didn't have like names. They were just the brand of doll, yeah. Yeah, it's called Little Princess, this doll was called. It was meant to look like Princess Anne. It had blonde curly hair. Because she was a bonny little thing when she was a kiddie. Mm. Oh, those little I always wanted one of those little, are they 5-inch dolls with the little tiny dolls? I never got one. My mother said I was way too old. You've got your original Polly Pockets. No, that again, you generational thing. I was an adult probably when Polly Pockets came out. Yeah, yeah. Maybe some of those Cabbage Patch dolls are worth something these days. Yeah, Yeah, I think our mothers have got a lot to answer for with our childhood toys, you know. You know, they all disappeared. I mean, it's like all these um, matchbox cars and dinky cars and things that my son had. But he played with them all, and I mean played with them all, so they were worth nothing. I mean, they're only worth something if they're in the original box, aren't they? And they've got this and that. Yeah. Tell you what program I've been watching: Hornby train sets. Watching them develop the new train sets and things. Oh, that Peter Waterman, you know, who's produced a lot of things, records and stuff. He's made this massive big track. He's got a big, well, he's got loads of money. Big barn with all these trains running round it, yeah. And it was a pedigree doll. Yeah, I remember pedigree dolls, yeah. Chatty Cathy. No, none of my dolls ever talk. They used to go mama, some of them. Yeah. Hi, McGrath. We're talking about childhood dolls and things, if that's what you're wondering what we're talking about today. I haven't. My mother threw everything of mine away. I've not got my teddy or anything. I did try and keep my son's teddies, but they got chucked away when I moved. I asked him if he wanted them and he said no. So sadly, I haven't got anything. I'd kept his baby um, christening robe. That's not there. I'd kept his baby shawl and that's gone. Everything that was in the loft just got chucked away. Yeah. I did. I had a lovely one. It was a handmade one and it had curtain rings for earrings. But of course, that one went in the bin. My mother threw him away one day. My mother threw everything of mine away. It's no wonder I've got nothing left. I've got no childhood toys left at all. Even my teddy and everything I had. Just gone. She'd no sentiments at all, my mother. Not sentimental in anything. She didn't keep any of my baby clothes, shoes, nothing. Everything went. Yeah. Well, hello, Rosie. Hello, Rosie. What are you doing? Hello, little girl. Hello, Rosie. Are you supposed to be going for a wee wee or what? What are you supposed to be doing?
Rosie, come on.
Mm-hmm. She diverts in here on her way for a wee. Oh, my mother never kept anything. Never kept a thing. So I wonder we've got any memories left because they all went whizzing. I tried to keep things in my son's, but I don't know. When I moved, you know, things that were in the loft and that I'd saved forever, just, I think my son was sorting it all out. I think he just whizzed everything. It's sad when you're like my age and you want your memories. I don't even know where my photographs are. My son says they're upstairs somewhere. I'd love to look through all my photos again, but I don't know where they are. And if he brings them downstairs, I've got nowhere to put them. It just would be nice to look through them again. You know, when I go on Facebook and I see like school photographs and they ask me, do I have any? Yeah, I do. Because people are saying, oh, we didn't have any money when we were growing up, so my mum never bought the school photos. And I know they were in the same class as me. That is one thing that my mother did keep. We did keep the photos. So I don't know where they are. So I could show them to people. Yes, I do have the school photos. Yeah, they're upstairs someplace. Yeah. £8.12 and sixpence, yeah. Yeah, well, all my photographs are black and white. Hi, Chris. You know, that was even my wedding photos were black and white. It would have cost too much money to have a colour. You know, I have some coloured ones somewhere that were just snaps that people took and gave me. Yeah. Hi, Isaac. I love your mum's green hair. I wish I was brave enough to do something like that. Isaac's mum has dyed her hair. She dyed it blue, first of all, and didn't like it. Then she dyed it green. She's very adventurous, is Isaac's mum. I would love to just experiment with my hair colour, but I won't. My wedding dress was quite plain, really. I didn't want no fancy frou-frou wedding dress. It was white crepe with pure lace at the top and a train that went from the waist. But it was only plain, very plain, yeah. And when I got fed up with my husband, I gave the dress away to my sister-in-law, and she made Angel Gabriel costumes for the Nativity. So it just went. My dollhouse has just not done anything, McGrath. I'm waiting to do it after Christmas in the spring. I've got the paint, yeah. Yeah. They could be. I don't know if you could remember what colour. Oh, hello. Whistle, whistle. We've got a twit. We've got a twit. Yeah. Oh, you must think you're really funny. Ha, 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 ha. We're all laughing. We think you're so funny and so adorable. Ha, ha, ha. You know what we can say to you? Off. Adolescent. Hi, Barbara. Hiya. How you doing? I love your hair. I wish I was bold enough to do mine with green hair. Yeah. Oh no, somebody's pinged him out before. You probably didn't see it, yeah. Yeah. Somebody calling themselves Adolf Hitler saying kill all Jews or something stupid. Yeah. Some adolescent sitting, some spotty youth sitting there in his bedroom with nothing better to do. We don't take any notice, yeah. Yeah. We've got some news very quick on the spanner. You're on it, aren't you, Sean? Yeah. You wanted it all one colour, you love the green, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure about the blue either. I think the green's better, yeah. Oh, hello, Pa. Hello, Rosie. Hello again. Hello, chicken. What have you got? What have you got in your mouth? She's got a habit of getting bits of firewood. Well, are you supposed to be in here? Are you supposed to be visiting Rosie? She's black, so if I put the camera on you can't see her. Yeah. Rosie, what you doing? Rosie, what you got? What you eating? What you got? Let me see if I can. Oh, she won't let me hold her face. There she is. Oh, isn't she gorgeous? Woo! Look, she's off. And she's off. She's looking for what she can find. She loves wool. She finds any balls of wool and dashes off with them, don't you? Where you going, Rosie? What you doing? What you doing, Rosie? Nobody's left any food. You're all right. No. What you doing? No, 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 Rosie. No. Go find Mummy. Go find Mummy. Where's Mummy? Where's Mummy? Rosie, where's Mummy? Rosie, where's your Mummy? Hmm? Where's your Mummy? Oh, God knows what she's looking for. Oh, who's that? Who's that, Rosie? Who's that? Rosie. She's got her nose in a bag of coal. Well, it's light colour for her anyway. What are you doing? Where's your mum? Where's Dad? Eh? Excuse me while I see if I can direct her out the door. Where's your mummy? No, don't go near the fire. Burn your nose. Come on, let's go. Let's go, sugar. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Where's mum? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see how long it'll be before she comes flying back in again. Oh dear. The blue was a mistake. Yeah. I wasn't keen on blue. Yeah. Needs some treats. She needs something. She's a lot better. Like last week, she was poorly. Bag of coal, smokeless type coal. Yeah, we were trying a bag of it, but we're not that impressed. It's not. Yes, she can open the door by herself. Poppy, bless her, before she left us, before she passed away, taught her how to open doors. Our Poppy was great. She would let me take a video of her, and she would sit here and let you all have a look at her, how gorgeous she was. Yeah. But this little one, she just comes flying in. She's like a whirlwind. She's 8 months old. I didn't think she was that old. She's 8 months now. Yeah, we all miss Poppy. But sadly, these things happen, don't they? Yeah. Thankfully, Rosie was here, so... No, well, it's all right when it gets going. But my son had a terrible time trying to light it. So he finished up lighting it with the wood, waiting while it got going, and then put the coal on it. I mean, I can still feel the heat from it, even though I've let it go out. I usually let it go out around about 9:30, something like that. Because as long as the door stays closed in here, it stays warm. So I don't need, the fire roaring, for hours. Yeah. We're trying to economise a bit, really, because everything's gone up, hasn't it? You can't have the heating blaring away these days, can you? It's just, the cost of any kind of fuel gone up, yeah. You feeling like a nap? All right, then you have a nice nap, Trish. No, Denise, sadly, they don't live long enough, do they, dogs? You're lucky if you get sort of 15 years out of one. Buster was 13, I think. Sky, unfortunately, was only 9, but she got cancer of the liver. So we lost Sky when she was 9. Gigi was only 8. Poppy was 14. I think Buster was 14 too. So hopefully Rosie might outlive me because she's only 8 months. I don't know how long a terrier lives. We've only lit the log burner a couple of, well, just an hour or so here and there, when it's dropped really cold. I feel the cold, I must admit. I really feel the cold. And my arthritis kicks up really badly if I get cold. I can't do with my arms or my legs being cold. I don't like to be roasting hot, but I don't like to be cold. Yeah, Gigi passed away. I think it was June he passed away very suddenly. They've now got two more little puppies, a brother and sister called Bertie and Lena. Yeah, it was very upsetting with Gigi. He just was sudden. His little heart just gave out, yeah. Oh, we had the chimney sweep before we had the log burner put in, yeah. Oh, yeah, I miss my little cuddle bunny. But I wouldn't have been able to see him over here anyway because, like, obviously, they lived in Prestwich, yeah. No, he had a bit of a heart murmur, but nothing that was too bad. And he wasn't well the week before, and they took him to the vet. And the vet gave him a once over and couldn't find anything really wrong with him. And then he just wouldn't eat his dinner. And then the following morning, he just passed away. I mean, they didn't have an autopsy or anything, so they don't know what it was. We just presumed his heart gave out. He just gave a little, and then he was gone. They were devastated. He was their baby because they didn't have children, so he was their baby. So it was very upsetting for them. You know, I mean, here we couldn't be too sad because we had Rosie here. I'm a cold devil. I really am cold. I can't stand being cold. Even in bed, I put, those heat pack things in the microwave because I just love my back being warm as I'm falling asleep. I don't like a hot water bottle because that goes cold and it wakes me up because it goes stone cold. But these little heat things that are full of beans or whatever they're full of, they seem to stay to your body temperature. So even when they go cold, they don't wake you up, if you're with me. They stay sort of your body temperature. So even if you lie on them when they're no longer hot, then it doesn't wake you up. I used to hate that, having to, kick a hot water bottle out of bed when it was freezy cold. Yeah. And it makes such a big noise. It goes bump on the floor. So that's why. And also one burst on me, and I've never forgot it because it was middle of the night and the bed was absolutely soaking wet. Yeah, yeah. I've just got, you know, once you've had your bed soaking wet through in the middle of the night, it puts you off a bit. Yeah, puts you off. No, he was only 8. Yeah, it was our little Gigi. He'd had a few traumas though. That's probably what you're remembering. He'd been savaged by the staffy when he was only about 2 or 3, and he was never right. Then he had to have 2 operations on his leg because the first one didn't take. So yeah, he was really one's not. Yeah, they do feel a little bit damp, but I get used to them. My friend's husband, he was bald and he used to feel the cold, and she used to say, "How can you think of him as a sex symbol when he goes to bed with a bobby hat on?" I used to say, "I've seen him in a new light," because he was quite a handsome man. And she said, "It's not quite the same," she said, "when you're in bed and the bobby hat's going on." But she liked to sleep with the window open a little bit, you see, and he used to say there was a draft on his head because he was bald. I could never look at him the same after that. I could never think of him as a sex symbol when I had visions of him in his bobby hat. Yeah. Oh dear. Hey. A fine figure of a man with his thermal long johns on. I cannot wear pajamas. Yeah, that was my mental picture when I used to see him. I could imagine him in bed with his bobby hat on. Yeah. I can't wear pajamas. I don't know why. I don't like the feel of them on my legs. I can wear a long nightie. I can wear a short nightie. I can't deal with any pajama legs on me. I've never been able to. Can't sleep with anything on my legs, yeah. And I was freezing cold here one night when we first moved in, and it was really cold and we didn't have it properly insulated. So I got out of bed and I put some, the thicker tights on. I don't mean nylons, I mean thicker tights on. And I put them on and I thought, oh, I'll sleep now. Nah, I had to take them off. I can't do with things on my legs, yeah. Yeah. I'm the opposite. It's the pajamas that twist. They grab you in unmentionable places where ladies don't like to be grabbed. They sort of ride up. So that's why I don't like pajamas. Oh, stop telling me things. You want as many clothes as you can fit on you. I don't like wearing bottoms, yeah. Oh gosh, we used to have that, Teresa. Those big stone pot bottles. We used to have those in bed. I tell you, when they fell out of bed, they went with the right clatter, didn't they? Waking the whole house up. No, I grew up without central heating. I was talking to my son. My dad, when I used to wake up and the bedroom window would have really pretty patterns, They were like gorgeous, made out of the frost, beautiful, like leaves and things, beautiful patterns. And my dad used to warm pennies in his hand. I mean, there were big pennies in those days. Put them on the window to make little holes like that so I could look out. He found it in Under Heretic Housewife. Oh gosh, I've not seen that one yet. They ride up with where, yeah, that's what he used to say. Yeah, ice on the inside of the window, yeah. No, I used to like long Wincey nighties when I was little. That you could put your toes in, they were so long you used to practically trip over them. I used to like my mum to buy them like several sizes too large. If I was about 8, she used to buy me about 10 to 11 or something like that. So you could put your feet inside them, yeah. Yeah. I've worn a bed jacket in bed, yeah. When it's been cold. I have to have like 90s with long sleeves because, if I get my arms out of bed and they go cold, I hate it, yeah. Yeah, Wincy, yeah. You used to have flannelette sheets, didn't you? Flannelette sheets, they were lovely and warm. Man, I can remember when Brentford nylons came out and everybody bought nylon sheets. And you used to get sparks, didn't you, when you got in bed? Because you'd have your nylon nightie on and your nylon sheets. And there was this like arc of light used to when you got in bed. He sent me pictures, right? Okay, I'll have a look at them later. Yeah. Those nylon sheets were dreadful from Brentford Nylons, yeah. Oh, I've got one set duvet set, and that's like that. I can't turn over in bed. My nightie seems to stick to it, and yet it's supposed to be cotton or polycotton. I've got other duvet sets, and they're fine, but this one particular set, I can't wear. I can't use it. I thought because it was new, I bought new to come here. You're like new house, new bed, So I bought new to come here, but it's been washed 2 or 3 times now. But no, it's gone in the bottom of ooh, it's gone under the ottoman now. I use the other 2 sets instead. The other 2 sets I bought at the same time, they're all right. They're fine. Yeah. Yeah. You can't beat a bit of red flannel. Pity they don't make them now. Red flannel underskirts, yeah. Used to keep all the rain out, the wind out, everything. Yeah. Yeah. I must admit, in the winter, I prefer a skirt down to the ankles with a petticoat or underskirt, whatever you want to call it, underneath, and my tights, and I'm as warm as toast. Put a pair of trousers on, and I'm freezing. Freezing in the winter. I tend to just wear long dresses with an underskirt or long skirts with an underskirt in the winter. Yeah, especially when I'm on my scooter. Oh, God, my legs get terribly cold. Or knickerbockers. Mm. Tell you, red flannelette bloomers you could do around here when it's freezing. Up on the seafront in the winter. You could do with a pair of them old ladies, like Mrs. Slocum used to wear. The ones with the legs that go down to the knees. I've got a cozy toes, but it's just a pain. You have to put your feet in it and zip it up. It's all right if you're not going to get out to go in the shop because you can't get out of it and get in it. It's really awkward. I remember struggling outside when I lived where I lived before, saying to this guy going past, "Can you please zip me up? I can't get in it and zip me up." Oh, I've got bad lately. I take my bedding off, put it in the washer, put it in the dryer, and then put it back on the bed again because I like the purple. My other set that I'm using at the moment is cream, and I don't like that as much. I don't mind it in the summer, but the winter I like my purple. So I take it off first thing, put it in the washing machine, put it in the dryer, and then put it back on the bed. So it might look as though I don't change my bed to anybody who, well, there's only me that goes in my bedroom anyway, and I know I've changed my bed. If anybody else is looking in my bedroom, they're just being nosy because it's my bedroom. Nobody else goes in it, only me. Yeah, I've got thermal tights actually. They look as though they're lacy because they've got like, the diamond pinhole pattern on them. And you think they wouldn't be warm, but they actually are. Yeah. Yeah, came out when you used to take off nylon underskirts and nylon nighties and you used to get sparks, didn't you, everywhere? I don't have an electric blanket, Madeline. I'm like Chris. I've got an electric, um, sort of like a fleece. It's a little warmer that you can put on a chair. I must find it again. Actually, I don't know where it is. I think I put it in the wardrobe somewhere. When I was at work, I used to walk across the floor, and we had metal filing cabinets. And I'd walk across the floor, and if I touched the filing cabinet, I used to go, and everybody used to say, "What's up with you?" I said, "I've had a shock off the filing cabinet." I mean, they even had an electrician come out and check the filing cabinet because they thought it was like leaning on a wire or something that was shorting out. But it was me with the static. Yeah. I don't know about why weighted blankets, but I do like to roll myself up in the duvet. I'm a bit when it's cold, I'm a bit like a sausage roll, really. But when I want to get up in the middle of the night for the bathroom, I have to fight my way out of it because I'm rolled up in it so much. It takes it takes me ages to unravel myself. Yeah, but I've not tried the weighted blankets. Oh gosh, I used to get it from car doors and things. I once went in a carpet shop and I was literally sort of sticking to the carpet. And I said to him, "What is with this carpet?" To the bloke, the salesperson, and he started laughing. He said, "Few people like you have got static in their bodies, and that's you can't walk on the carpet because it's an iron one." I thought, well, you're not a very good salesperson, are you? Yeah. I've tried a sleeping bag, yeah. Oh, good night, BB. Yeah, I've tried a sleeping bag. In fact, sometimes I used to um, sleep in a sleeping bag, yeah. Yeah, I've got static in my body, yeah. I don't do it so much with car doors now, but when the cars used to be made of metal years ago, I used to go like that. And people used to say, "What's wrong with you? Just open the door," and before I touched the handle. Yeah, I need the weight when I'm going to sleep, even if it's boiling hot. I can't sleep without a cover. I have to sleep with, if it's only a sheet. I can't. I can't sleep on top of the bed. You know, if it's really, really, really hot, I have to sleep on top of the bed with just my nightie on. But I can't. Yeah, I've had shocks off escalators as well. I definitely got shocks off the filing cabinet when I worked at work. They used to laugh at me because I'd be like that before I'd touch it. And they used to say, "What's up with you?" I said, "I'm getting a shock." And they go, "Oh, gee." And they used to open the filing cabinet with them walking past, saying, "Look, there's nothing wrong with it. What's up with you?" Yeah, I don't know what there is about me. I cannot sleep like naked on top of the bed. It can be as boiling hot as it wants, but I just can't. I can't sleep. I like me to be covered. Weird out. We've all got our foibles, haven't we? Now, when you're in a relationship and they want you to cuddle and they want you to be naked or something, you're like, no, it's all right for about the first 10 minutes, but then, when I'm ready to go to sleep, I want to put my nightie on. You don't want any monsters getting you. I used to know somebody when I was young, Manny, she was a little bit, how can I put it, brought up a bit sheltered. And she used to go to bed wearing her bra and knickers underneath her nightie in case there was a fire and she had to get carried down the ladder like a fireman's lift by a fireman. And I'm like, the chances of that happening, she was called Andrea, chances of that happening, Andrea, are quite small. Oh, yeah, but I wouldn't want any firemen to see my bottom. So she sleeps in her brown underwear, brown knickers every night, underneath her nightie. Weird. Yeah, yeah, I get shocks of all sorts of weird things, yeah. It's Father's Day tomorrow in Sweden. I think our Father's Day is in June, that's in the UK. I don't know, because sadly I lost my dad many years ago. I think it's in June in the UK. I don't know what it is in the US. Yeah, hi Andrew. Not seen her for, I've not seen her since we were in our teens. Yeah, wearing a bra in bed. Can't imagine anything worse. I mean, the first thing you want to do when you get in. When I used to go out for a night out, and you're wearing your best push-up bra with the wires and everything, so you look good in your dress. The first thing you want to do when you go through the front door is take it off, isn't it? I don't mean your ordinary everyday bra. I mean, the one that you pay a fortune for and you only save it for special occasions. It's underwired to blazes you. Oh no, mine used to have the white wires of doom. I used to have the underwire. What they used to call them? Those like push-up bra things. What? I mean, I had a big bust anyway, but what did they call them? Those that used to push you up. They were like balcony bras, weren't they? They're only half of a cup. Mm. Oh, I've got shocks off. Hospital lifts are the worst. I always get shock. Hello, Enid. Boo. Yeah, I wonder if she's got married, Andrea. I wonder if she still wears her underwear in bed. A wonder bra, that's the one, Nathan. Mm. Your craft cave is coming along. Wonderful, yeah. Push-up jobs, yeah. I don't even know if my printer's working because if it wants new ink, I am not buying it because it's £30 for a little box thing and I need two. It won't work if it's only got black in it. It's got to have black, and that's the one I've got. That's the one I've got. HP. It's about 30 quid. I've got a black one, but I've not got a coloured one. And I'm sure the ink will have dried up because it's been not used for over 12 months. Yeah. Soft pink and white. What, your craft cave? Yeah, you can buy a printer for less than two of these inks. You know, you can print 15 pages a month. Hmm. I used to be printing all the time because, of course, I used to um, print the labels when I was selling things I'm posting things off. When I was selling things on eBay, it used to calculate the postage for you and print the labels. Oh, I think Shan's the one that gets the pains in the neuralgia. She's suffered a lot recently. Pains every place, haven't you? I have to wear a hat, I think I've told you, with ear flaps when I go out because I cannot stand my ears getting cold. It's time for my crisps or my chips or whatever. It's lovely. It's called, oh, I've dropped it. I'll have to show you this one because I've dropped it. It's called Woolcraft Pebble Chunky. Yeah, I've just dropped the blue bottle now. I'll have to find it, otherwise, if Rosie comes in again, she'll dash off it with it. Oh God, trying to move my knees when I've been sat is not a joy. That's the other colour. It says £3 on it, but she charged me £4.50 on the market, and it's actually £4.99 online. If you look anywhere else. So I don't know why it's got £3 on it when she charged me £4.50. But £4.50 is probably the right price. Yeah, that's the one. Pebble. Woolcraft Pebble. That's the blue colour. The one I'm using is sort of a brownie kind of colour, which I think it's worked up lovely. And I'm managing to get 2 hats out of the 200 grams, because I didn't think a hat and scarf. I wouldn't have got a very big scarf, what was left, yeah. So I've got blue, you can see the colour, blue fleck. Blue to make another couple of hats. Yeah. Oh. Oh. You got a package from Hobby. I would love to order some stuff again. Not that I need it, but I would just love to order again from Hobby, Hobium, or Ice. But the postage, it's ridiculous. And I'm also frightened of getting stopped with the customs as well. You know, the last one I got from Ice, I got stopped with the customs. No, I've got a pain in my leg. I had it x-rayed and whatever. They did nerve tests on it. They did MRI scans on it. And the MRI technician that did it, the ultrasound technician, said it was a cyst. Then COVID struck and he couldn't see anybody. So this bloke rings me up and said that from the nerve conduction tests, it was nerves in my legs to do with diabetes. And he prescribed this blooming amitriptyline or something. Meanwhile, this lump has gone bigger now, so it's definitely something under the skin. So my son says, "We should try again now you get a doctor over here." I said, "I've not seen a doctor yet. I've not seen a doctor. Been here nearly 12 months, never seen one." Because it's definitely something there. I think it's more of a cyst, yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, I love carrot juice. A West Indian friend of mine made me some. They use, I think it's evaporated milk they use with the carrots. It makes sort of like a pale orange drink. It's really nice. Probably not good for me at the moment because it's like loaded with sugar in it, but I can't remember what else is in it. Bye, Isaac and Isaac's mummy. Bye. Yeah, I love carrot cake as well. Yeah, the amitriptyline didn't do anything for the pain in my legs, Sean. It just made me feel all wuzzy, and I had terrible dreams. Oh, orange juice, carrot juice is lovely. She ordered 12 bananas. It's like me. One time I thought I'd ordered one bunch of bananas and they sent me one banana. No, I don't remember. You said about your neighbour having her eye removed. Oh, I love banana bread. My friend used to make a really good banana bread. I never made it quite the same as she did, but she used to make a beautiful one. Caused by the vaccine? No. Might have triggered it, but I think she probably already had it. I haven't baked since we've been here because we're all watching our weight. And I'm diabetic anyway, and I love homemade cake. I know if I made homemade cake, I would eat it all. They wouldn't get a look in, I would just eat it all. I mean, homemade cake is better for you than shop bought cake. But it's still not good because you've still got loads of sugar in it and butter in it. I don't make cakes with margarine. I only ever make my cakes with butter. No, I've never heard anybody dying from vaccine before. Only. Yeah, that'd be the problem here, Sean. I think it would only be me would be eating it. And I really don't need to eat it because I'm diabetic. Two, two, 2.5 days ago, they wouldn't even make it past the first day we made Chris. Chocolate chip cookies would be all gone. I've never heard of that, honestly, only never heard of anybody. I've had both of mine done. I had flu in the left was it, and COVID in the right. Absolutely. No side effects really, apart from I was tired. Very, very sleepy. Oh, Edie, tell him you've changed your mind. You want prezzies as well. Really, I've never heard of anybody. Maybe. Yeah, I was sleepy. I was really tired for a couple of days, but my friend had a sore arm, but I never had anything. I sometimes worry whether things work on me, because it doesn't matter what they inject me with, it never works. Never have any side effects whatsoever. What I don't get is every death from a really old person is always put down as being COVID. If they're a really old person, you're 90% sure they've got something else wrong with them. So I don't think they died from COVID. COVID might have tipped them over the edge. But I think it's wrong. It makes them sound like, oh, we were hale and healthy, and then we got COVID and we died. No, they already had COPD or they were ill, or so it wasn't really the COVID. The COVID just didn't agree with them after they got all the other things. It's very, very rare you see somebody who's hale and healthy one day, gets COVID and dies the day after. It's very, very rare. But at least people have stopped saying, oh, they're putting microchips in the needles now. Thank God the loonies have given up that bit. What was that? Some weird noise. It must have been from upstairs. I got some lovely cheeses on the market the other day, all with different things with them. So upstairs they're having a cheese and wine party. Only the two of them. Yeah, it is COVID, like for somebody elderly who's got, underlying problems. Yeah. Hello, what's it? Oh God, I can't read. Hang on. My destiny knits. Hello there. Yeah, if anybody was following me around, they would be bored. She goes up and down the seafront. She goes to the market. She goes to meet club. She leads a very exciting life. She's so racy, this woman. I think they'd nod off if they were monitoring me. Yeah, that's what I mean, Sandra. The kid's £300. He's on a hiding to nowhere anyway, any. Yeah, they want to forget that bit, don't they? I mean, if they're an adult and they're overweight, that's their lookout and that's their problem, isn't it? They have themselves to monitor, they have themselves to do it. So if they don't want to do it, that's fine. But I get so upset when the children are really fat, because that is, to me, like a kind of child abuse, because you're stuffing that kid full of all sorts of rubbish. You know, that's the parents' fault. That child does not have the money to go out and buy its own food. So when you get a child that weighs like 300 pounds, no, that is the parents' fault. Oh, yeah, it was when they found that little girl. I'd like to know that she was unharmed, though, if you know what I'm talking about. With some bloke. You know, he might have scarred her for life. You don't know what he subjected her to. No, no, my heaviest I was 200 and something pounds. That was way too heavy. But a child being that size, that is not right at all. I saw a programme once on TV, and they were trying to take this kid from his mother because he was so fat. He couldn't breathe, he couldn't walk, he couldn't. And she used to meet him at school with a pushchair. He was about 8 or 9, with a pushchair because he couldn't walk home from school. And she couldn't see what she was doing wrong. She just couldn't see. And they were trying to say to her, you know, you're not helping your child at all. Oh, God, a stupid thing come up. Oh, it's all gone soggy, Chris. This news thing's come up now and I can't get rid of it. And it's right across where everybody's typing. It happens before. There's no cross I can exit. It really gets on my nerves. It does it. It flashes up. And then I can't get it to disappear. Some stupid Microsoft thing, it is Microsoft News. Just go away, will you, for goodness sake. What can I do with it? Save it. Don't want to save it. Settings. No. It's just telling me what language. Oh, go away. Ah, it's gone. Thank God for that. Right. Yeah, I've got a friend in America and her son he's going to be on my £600 life if he doesn't stop eating. And yet she doesn't see that as anything wrong, you know, and I keep trying to gently hint. But I don't want to be rude and say, look, your kid's so fat, he's just... Sean, he's not skinny. He's just slender. He's healthy enough. Oh, it's gone. It's disappeared. I've managed to find it now, Chris. Driving me mad. Keeps popping up with this blooming news. Shani's not anorexic. He looks fine to me. He's just slim. It's his nature. Better that than him being a fat thing. Sorry, obese. You can't say fat anymore. I tell you what, there's a lot of overweight people here. A lot of fatties here. Young fatties, you know. I think to myself, oh my God, you're in your 20s. What are you going to look like when you're in your 60s? It'll work its way out, Shan. I wouldn't worry about it. You'd worry about him if he was £300, wouldn't you? Yeah, there's quite a lot of fat kids around here. 2 got on the tram when I was coming back from Blackpool the other day. My God. 2 young girls, probably about 13, 14. Massive, big, chomping thighs. And what made it worse is they were wearing the shortest possible skirts ever. And I'm like, oh my God. I don't like being overweight. I mean, I'm not putting any weight on, but I'm not losing any. You know, I haven't got the willpower to actually physically diet. I try to watch my weight, which is not the same thing, but I can't diet. The minute I say I'm going to diet, I give up. Yeah. I couldn't take that, Nathan. It had terrible side effects with me, which you know about, but it didn't work. Didn't work. And I was cutting down, and I wasn't eating the fat, but the side effects were horrendous. I was trying to work, and it was just, I spent more time in the bathroom than I did doing my job. I was eating salads and everything. I was watching what I was eating. I was eating nothing with fat. Didn't lose a pound. The doctor said to me, it doesn't work for everybody. Some people it doesn't work with at all. And I was one of them. He said, I can't eat any more of it because you haven't lost the required number of pounds for me to, do the prescription again. So I don't care. Don't want another prescription, thank you. So you can keep it. It's for weight loss. Any fat that you eat, it processes it and it goes right through you in a most unpleasant way. Let's just say your underwear will never recover. And it didn't work for me. We were your own lucky ones. I lost about £16 in money buying new underwear. You have no control. And I was working while I was taking this. So even though I kept dashing, it was awkward because I was downstairs on front line facing people, having to rush up the stairs to the toilet too late. Do you know what I mean? Having to sort yourself out, Oh, God, no, it was so embarrassing. Never again. And I wasn't even eating fat in my diet. I was having salads and all sorts of stuff. So I don't know why it was having that effect on me. So I was glad when the doctor said no more. It didn't work. But there is a certain percentage of people that doesn't work on. I must be one of them. I always was awkward. This is so soggy. It must be so warm in here because it wasn't soggy last time I ate it. It's a peppermint aero. Yeah, it processes the fat if you eat any, and it goes straight through you. Does anybody remember a product called AIDS, would you believe? And you had to chew one of these caramelly things before you had a meal. And of course, then AIDS, the disease, came out, and nobody would buy these caramels. I think they changed its name or something else, but then it just disappeared. Can you imagine trying to do the publicity for a thing called AIDS? They didn't work, did they, this Denise? They were like little brown caramel things. I remember murdering my mum to buy them for me. Got sticky fingers now. When I was in my teens, I wasn't overweight by any stretch of the imagination, but I wanted them. Somebody had told me I was chubby or something. I mean, well, I begrudgingly bought them. They were quite expensive, and they didn't work. No, I had all side effects the whole time I took them, Nathan. And I was eating salads and fish and stuff like that. I wasn't eating anything with fat in it. The only time I really lost weight was when I was going through my separation, or when I was trying to go through a separation and he wouldn't leave. I wasn't eating at all, and I was anorexic. You wouldn't believe it, would you, looking at me now? But I was anorexic for about 6 months. My mother was so worried about me, I couldn't eat anything. Every time I ate anything, I was straight back. I was drinking a bottle of rum a day and not eating. I was down to about, I think I was down to about 7 stone, which is 7 times 14 if you want to do the maths and if you want the poundage. Yeah, I went down to 7 stone. I was that thin. Everybody was worried about. I ripped all the photographs up of when I was that size. No, you see, I was taking it all the time because that's what they told me. That's probably why it didn't work. Yeah, yeah, but I really lost. Oh, it took me ages to start eating again. I'm guilty of eating the wrong stuff. I'll hold my hand up. You've just seen me eat a bag of crisps and some chocolate, haven't you? But it is Saturday night, yeah. £98. Well, that's what I went down to, 7 stone, and believe me, I was thin. You could see my veins through my arms, the blue. Oh, I was in a right mess. My mother she used to try and coax me to eat anything. Just eat this little bit of fish I've poached for you. And I'd be like that, trying to eat it, and then I couldn't keep it in. Wasn't doing it deliberately, I just could not keep it in my stomach. That didn't stop really until he actually. It was all because he used to keep calling me fat when I wasn't. And he got me so paranoid about it, I couldn't eat in front of him. So I just couldn't eat. used to make him his dinner and I wouldn't eat mine. If he said anything, I used to tell him I'd already eaten. I just couldn't, because he used to pick at me when I was eating. That's a good diet. If you have a person who picks on you all the time. Yeah. You're too fat, you're too this, you're too that. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's been a crash on the M602. Let's hope nobody's been killed. I'm fed up of reading about stabbings, punching, stabbings, whatever. Every time I look at the news. Hey, an Anderson novel. Thank you for the love. Yes, thank you. Whoever you may be. I could do with a bit of love right now. I don't mean that kind of love. Just a bit of platonic love would be quite nice right now. Oh, God. People don't understand. People who've not had a mentally abusive partner don't know. They think abuse is only when you get punched. Mine never touched me, never put a mark on me. But mental abuse is horrendous, horrendous. I would never wish that on anybody. They rob you of your self-esteem. They rob you of everything. So I would never put that. It's the worst thing ever. And somebody has that control over you, that they are so abusive and controlling. Never again. That's what's made me never get married again, never trust anybody again. I've never really had any relationships since, because I just don't trust people. Well, men in particular. They might be as nice as pie, and I'm thinking, yeah, so was my ex until I married him. So I always look for the wrong. It's destructive, really. I could have had other relationships, but I wouldn't let myself do it. They may have been the nicest people in the world, but I always had that thought at the back of my mind, thinking, but, are they really like that? Yeah. No, I never had any violence. I've got to say that, Jean. Never had violence. But abuse, mentally abuse, yeah. You go out and you have a lovely night out and you're enjoying yourself, you're chatting to all these couples and everything. Wonderful night out. And you walk back in and you get greeted with, well, you made a fool of yourself, boring everybody to death. Nobody was interested in the word that you were saying. That is mental abuse. So then you go to bed crying, and what does he want to do? He wants to make love, and he can't understand why you're just sobbing and crying and saying, get away from me. Yeah. So, no, never again. Nobody's having that much control over me ever again. Oh, that was just a part of it. I don't want to go into it too much because it upsets me. Even now, 30 odd years later, it can still upset me. Oh, God, yeah, I got that. Are you going out in that? Well, what's wrong with it? Well, if you were a few pounds lighter, it might be all right. But it looks too tight. It's all wrinkled at the back where your fat's hanging out. Lovely. Oh, dear. Yeah, we survived, but you carry a lot of baggage. Have you ever trusted a man since, Sean? I haven't. I never can. It's too late now. 76 this month. So I think it's a bit late now for Mr. Right. By goodness, I've kissed a lot of frogs in between. Ugh. Yeah, you were married to one, yeah. I was married to mine for 20 odd years. I didn't realise how much damage he'd done to me until later. Hey ho. No, it got worse if I did that. If I answered him back, it was 10 times worse. So I learned to just shut up and say nothing. Yeah. I hope he has all the things that women get and worse. He must have been screwed up, let's face it, Sean. Sorry, ex-boyfriend. Oh, yeah, yeah, I realised that, Nathan. I've had friends with physically abusive husbands, and I don't know which is. Sometimes I used to wish he would hit me, and then I would have a real excuse to report him or do something. Because mental abuse is hard. You can't prove it. They never say things when anybody else is around, and half of your friends think it's you that's a bit tapped. And they see this lovely man that you're married to, and they say, "Oh, but he's so nice. Oh, yes, he was in public. Pull the chair out for me. All right, darling, would you like a drink, love?" So you try to say to people what he was like, and they just don't believe you. I mean, if they give you a black eye, it's easy to say, "Oh, look what he did to me," and you've got some proof then. Yeah, I was so glad to get rid of mine. That's why I say no more men. Oh God, all for show in front of other people. Oh yes, Janet's this, Janet's that. Wonderful housekeeper, blah 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 blah. Yeah, right. Okay then. It wouldn't happen to me now because I'm a different person, stronger person. If he started that junk now, I would just say off. I would answer him back. In fact, I did answer him back. He came round one time, long after we'd split up. He came round one time and he started. Da, 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 da. I said, "Hang on a minute. Do you live here?" He went, "No." I said, "Do you pay me bills?" And he went, "No." I said, "Well, I don't want to hear then. Shut up." And he was like, because I never answered him back. Yeah. Yeah, physical abuse. I won't say it's better because it's not. Any abuse isn't better. But oh, I used to lie there plotting to kill him. We actually went on holiday one time, and he was leaning over the balcony looking at somebody in the swimming pool. I think it was my son, and he was really leaning over the balcony. And it took me all my time not to push him over the edge. Hi, Daniel. How you doing? Hey. I always want to start singing that Elton John song when you come on, Daniel. And you've probably heard a million people telling you that now. Probably very boring. But I've been playing Elton John in my shed. So that's why the song comes in my head here. How is the dying doing? And I mean dying with a Y and an E. You doing okay? Ah. Yeah, I haven't watched, is it Bag a Day that's been singing your praises? Yeah. Everybody's singing your praises, Daniel. You should have such a big head that you shouldn't be able to get through a door. Everybody's going, oh, have you seen Daniel's wool? Oh, have you seen Daniel's wool? One of the girls at Knit Club, she dyes yarn. I don't know what her professional name is, but she's going to Harrogate. Is it this week? There's some wool show at Harrogate. So she doesn't have a shop or anything. I think she just sells online. But I've only just met her, so I don't know too much about her. So I can't tell you what a brand name is or anything. Oh, I'm going to have enough wool to make 2 hats. Yeah, I'm quite chuffed about this. I've got to the green bit. Oh, that's good, Daniel. I like to see people making a success. I'm all like, yay! Small businesses making a success. Hey! One in the eye for the big boys. mm. Hey, I wish I could wear wool. I can't. You'd think I had fleas if you see me wearing a woolly jumper, Daniel. I'm like I've got St. Vitus dance. It used to drive my mother mad because when I was little, it was all wool. I don't think acrylic had been born back then. And oh my goodness me, my mother used to say, "Sit still, sit still. I can't, I'm itching." Once you carry your own water, you learn the value of every drop. Yeah, you probably do. If you had to carry it miles away, yeah. I know caravan holidays when I was a kid. The caravans never had running water. You had to go and get it from a tap. And if you happened to be the unfortunate one with the caravan at the opposite end of the site to the stand tap, and you had to lug this water. You know, my mum would say, go and get some water. I was only little and it used to weigh a ton. So you bring it back like half full because you couldn't drag it any further. My mum used to say, you've not filled it properly. Eh. He says, send me brother. My brother's bigger than me. Oh, he's doing something else. It was never my brother's job to do anything in our house. My mother was like, oh, he's a man. He doesn't need. What's his favourite? Don't let your fears stand in the way of your dreams. That's my favourite quote. And it's from a song, I think. That's my favourite quote. The other one, of course, is don't let the bastard grind you down. But I think that's everybody's favourite quote. No, that one is don't let your fears get in the way of your dreams. That's the one I think. But it's from a song somewhere. You fell asleep, Jill. I'm not surprised. It's a wonder I'm still awake. Yeah. I can be so tired after a Saturday Night Live, and I think, right, I'm going to sleep tonight. I'm going to bed. I'm going to sleep. I'm like that. I've tried all sorts of things, listening to music, listening to these sleepy things on YouTube, and rain on the windows and all these kind of waterfall noises. I can't sleep. Never allow anyone to walk through your mind with their dirty feet. Yep. My ship would be safe in its harbour, but that's not what ships are for. Forcing. My dad's quote was, on the day that my ship comes in, with my luck, I'll be waiting at the airport. That was his favourite saying. Or, of course, like with the lottery and that, he used to say you have to be in it to win it. Yeah. You know, it's no good asking God to let you win the lottery if you haven't bought a ticket. Yeah. When I was younger, we used to have this saying, and I don't know where it came from. When I was a teenager, you used to say, sit, swivel, and break dance. Where did that come from? Sit, swivel, and break dance. Do I play the lottery? Yes, I do. I win an odd tenner here and there. And the other week, I actually won £65. Woo! But I left it where it was, so I thought it'd pay for my lottery. Yeah. But I've never been a big winner now. Yeah, Mama ain't happy, nobody's happy. Yeah. No, ours was sit, swivel, and break dance for some reason or another. Where that come from, I don't know. There's a lot of sayings you don't know where they come from. It's like my mother used to say, don't sit there like Piffy on a rock bun. Who was Piffy? And why was she sitting on a rock bun? That's a good one, sure. Yeah. Anybody else's mother used to say that? Oh, Piffy on a rock bun. My mother had some really funny sayings that she used to drag out from time to time. It was years before I knew when she used to say, well, don't stand there like one of Lewis's. And I used to think, and then I found out that Lewis's in Manchester was a department store and it had like a little alleyway at the side of it. And the ladies of the night stroke day used to stand there and ply their trade. So standing there like one of Lewis's meant you were just dangling around. Yeah, they're talking about me, they're giving somebody else a break here. It's like when you go somewhere, you never want to be the first one to leave, do you? Because you know the others are going to start talking about you the minute you've left. So you keep hanging on and hanging on when you really want to go home. You did as in the only hope it works out. You mean it's carrots, carrots, and more carrots, is it, Enid? Tell them all it's good for their eyesight. You can have your carrots roasted, boiled, or mashed, or even chopped up with a bit of butter. You can have your carrots. Edinburgh, I've only ever passed sort of by it. It's very beautiful, so I believe. You know, the Edinburgh Castle and everywhere. It's very beautiful. That's a good one, Sean. Sean. I'm calling you Sean now. That's the land next door. La, la, la. Has anybody here been to Edinburgh? I believe it's beautiful. Oh, sounds nice. We're having a Sunday dinner tomorrow, so my son informs me. I don't know what he means with the Sunday. I know he means the roast potatoes and the veggies, but no, I've only passed. I think I passed through it once. I don't think we ever stayed there. I used to want to go to the wool festival that used to be there, but I believe they're not having it anymore. Somebody said. Oh, my mate wants to know if I've got any more of the purple wool. I haven't. No. I don't. She'll have to do something else with it. Oh, I don't. I don't have any more of that, so. Hmm. Right. Right. So I've answered her. End of. I've answered her now. Yeah, I wanted to go to that, but I believe they stopped having it altogether now for some reason. I was talking to the lady who, see, if Daniel had still been here, he'd probably been able to tell me. But Daniel tends to pop on and disappear. Um, but the lady that comes to the knit club, who does yarn dyeing, had said that they weren't having it there anymore. It was stopping. And they also weren't having the Woolfest one at Cockermouth anymore. I don't know what's happening with all these wolf things. She's gone to Harrogate this week. She's showing her yarns and stuff at Harrogate. I'm on the big screen now. Don't have me too big. Yeah. My friend's made a hat with some wool I gave her. I gave her two different colours with 3 balls, and she's made one hat, and the 3 balls did it. And she's just saying that the other hat it hasn't made it, but I only bought it as the 3 little balls. I didn't buy any more, so I don't have any more lurking about anywhere. And I can't remember what colour it was to send her any more of a toning colour to finish this hat off. So I don't know. She's going to have to wait until she can come and have a look herself. I mean, once you've given a colour to somebody, you don't know what colour it was, do you? You know. Well, I don't anyway. Right, this hat is, yeah, I'm up to the brim bit now. Yay! I'm glad I've got 2. It makes it worthwhile. Because if the yarn was £4.50 and I've got 2 hats out of it, it means that I don't have to sell it for a huge amount of money. Because if it had been only done one hat and it would have been £4.50 for the ball, you know, you can't sell it for like £5 or anything, can you? I'm not having 50p for sitting here all night grocery. Hey, I envy people who put on, you know, these Facebooks and things like that, saying, "Oh yes, I sell my hats for $20," and I'm like, "Where? Let me in on your secret." I wish I could sell my hats for $20. Hey. Yeah, it's a shame when all these wool festival things gone to the wall, isn't it? It's all the fault of COVID closing everything down. People, couldn't afford to do whatever they're doing. And I miss all the big wool shows there used to be. And then they all went into paper crafting and I just stopped going. And because I stopped going, they probably stopped taking the wool there because they weren't selling it. Because people were so sick of the paper crafting that they didn't go anymore. Sorry about this, but I've got such an itchy back. Oh dear. Yeah, the last exhibition I went to was a knit and stitch. When I got there, it was either all paper craft or diamond painting. There was 2 wool stalls, I think, and that was it. So I just got fed up. I thought, I'm not going again. Oh, there was a couple of stalls selling sewing machines and another one selling paintings. But as for wool, knitting, I think there was 2 stalls. Or I might be wrong, there might have been 3. But certainly wasn't worthwhile. Me and Kelly went to the one in Manchester. We had to pay to get in, it wasn't cheap. I think it was about £6 concession for me, but Kelly had to pay full price. But we were very disappointed. We did buy something, but of course you do, don't you? But oh, John, give over 6 weeks to flipping Christmas. I've got my birthday before then. Hi, Donna. Where have you been? You're late. Have you got a note from your mum? Now, why are we surprised that something vexes you, Enid? You hate black pepper. Right, okay. Okie dokie. You're in bed with your sore foot. Well, have you been back again with it? Have you had it x-rayed? My thing is nuts. I'm not allergic to nuts, but why do they have to stick nuts in everything? Why does it have a hint of nuts, almonds or whatever? Why? It's x-rayed twice. You need a osteopath then, or a physiotherapist or whatever. All right, only me. Enjoy your sleep. Yeah. 6 weeks to the new year. No, I don't like nuts and things. Why do they have to put nuts in everything? Why do they ruin a perfectly good ice cream cone by sticking a load of nuts on the top? Eh. Oh, thank you, only me. Thank you. Oh, soy. I can taste soy in anything. It leaves a vile taste in my mouth. Soy. Oh, wool festival dates. We don't have things like you have trunk shows over there, don't you? And all this stuff in these wool bags and stuff that you get that's cheap. We have nothing like that over here. I'm not sure what self-tan is. Not sure what that is, Enid. No, they sprinkle flipping nuts on everything. I'm making a hat. I've made one hat. I'm making a second hat. Soy is vile. It tastes yick. Oh, you can put soy mince in and nobody will know. Yes, I do. And I know. And it's awful. And I don't want it in my dinner. Oh, it just gives me an awful back taste. It doesn't when I'm eating it. I can eat it when somebody tries to sneak it in my dinner. But then, like after I finish my dinner, I get this horrible back taste. And I can't get rid of it no matter what I drink. It's absolutely ugh. Trying to make us healthy. I think we were healthy when they left us alone. You have guests, do you, Donna? I never do. I never do. I'm sure they wouldn't wear slippers. Mm. Yeah, if you don't want to eat meat, then don't eat. Eat vegetables, eat eggs, eat whatever it is you eat. But don't try eating fake bacon and fake meat that's made out of soya. No. If you want to give up meat, give up meat. You don't want something that looks like steak, something that looks like a sausage roll. No. Don't eat fake meat. Just don't eat meat. I have nothing against it. If anybody wants to be a vegetarian, I always say as long as they don't try to convert me. Impossible meat. Imposter meat, I call it, yeah. Fake meat. Oh, yes, we're vegetarian. We don't have turkey. We have whatever it's supposed to be. Well, if you don't eat turkey, then go and buy a nut roast or something. Don't buy a fake turkey. I do love meat, but I don't want meat every single day of the week. But I couldn't be a vegetarian, if you know what I mean. But I've nothing against eating meat-free meals, yeah. Oh, God. That turkey bacon, do you remember that? Oh, Lord, that was so disgusting. Oh, no, I'm sorry. If I was going to be vegetarian, I would eat vegetables. I would not eat tofu or soya, all that rubbish. Yeah, people want to be whatever. Yeah, if I'm going to eat bacon, it's got to be real bacon. Sorry. I know. And stop showing me pictures of pigs, yeah. That's not nice, John. You should be feeding your cows and patting them nicely. Yeah, plant they. Yeah, they're making you feel as though you're the leper. Like Tesco are now doing plant-based burgers. Yeah, fine, fair enough. Keep them. Yeah. But don't try to make the rest of us like lepers because we don't eat meat. You're the weirdy ones, not us. Go and eat grass. Go and snack on a few leaves if you're feeling like being a vegetarian. Yeah, I really hate being force fed the idea that I have to be a vegetarian. And that's the only way. It bugs me. No, I don't have to be anything to please anybody. Oh, God, yeah, they make you feel really guilty, don't they? You could help save the planet by eating plant-based meals. Yeah, well, fine. You go and save the planet by eating a plant-based meal. Have you ever been standing near people who eat beans and stuff like that? They fat and fat and fat, and it's just, ugh. Sorry, but no. You're polluting the atmosphere with your gases from your rear end. Yeah, that global warming summit thing they've just had in Glasgow, is it? They all flew there in their private jets. Sort of a bit ironic, that, isn't it, really, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that, Donna, that's their religion. I come from I don't come from a Catholic family, but my father came from a Catholic family. And even round here, the fish shop is absolutely inundated on a Friday. I can understand that. But nobody goes round knocking on the door saying, "Excuse me, you didn't have fish today. You're not supposed to eat that meat. You didn't have fish." Nobody does that, do they? Yeah, if I wanted to eat plant-based anything, I would eat vegetables, yeah. I don't mind eating vegetables like cauliflower cheese or broccoli with cheese. I like salads, yeah. But I couldn't be vegan because I like eggs and things like that. It's all right saying you need to get your protein, but you need to balance everything up with supplements and Lord knows what. Factories are making supplements. Factories are belching stuff out into the atmosphere when they're making you supplements. And yet you're bothered about a cow. Ah, my niece was vegetarian for a while in her teens. She was so ill. She was unhealthy. She was forever at the doctor's. Her skin was so bad, the kids at school used to call her pizza face. Well, the doctor said at the end, he said, "You're going to have to do something." He said, "Because you're not getting the proteins and the stuff or whatever." "Oh, I am. I'm having this supplement and that supplement." He said, "No, you'll have to start introducing some meat into your diet." She's not a she's not a vegetarian anymore. She's got beautiful skin. She's making herself ill. The people who bought my house look like pale, insipid people. They were either vegans or vegetarians or something. They look blooming unhealthy, the pair of them. But still, they bought my house, so I don't care. Maybe they've turned my garden into a vegetable patch. Oh, dear. Yeah, people in aeroplanes, people in these gas-guzzling cars. They're all more harmful to global warming. How can you go to a global warming conference in a private jet? Mm. No, I don't. Yeah, well, they've overdone everything, haven't they, Donna? They've overfished. They've over whatever. All our food's been adulterated. God knows what they spray onto it. Insecticides and all that junk. Who knows what they spray on our food? Do I trust organic farming? No. Do I trust that my vegetables are organic? No. If I can't see it growing in a field or in my garden, I don't believe it's organic at all. And as for this so-called bread you're supposed to eat, how can they chew through that stuff and say they're enjoying it? Gluten-free this and whatnot. I never knew anybody that was allergic to gluten. It's not the gluten, it's all the junk they put in everything else. When I was a kid, there was no additives and things. Things went mouldy, things went off. No additives. People didn't get all this can't eat peanuts jazz. Can't eat that, can't eat this. I'm gluten intolerant, I've got celiac disease. I never heard of nothing like that when I was growing up. We ate food that was unadulterated. It was natural, it was normal, it didn't have anybody messing with it, didn't have any preservatives in our bread, it didn't have nothing. Yeah, feeding the cows and stuff steroids to make them bigger. No, leave the blooming things alone. If you're giving a cow steroids, it's going to come into our dinner, into us. No, we don't have bison over in the UK. I think you can probably get a bit of kangaroo meat or something if you look hard enough. We're not as what's it as they are in the US. We do not have herds of bison and wildebeests. We are too small. We couldn't fit a herd of wildebeest in the whole of the UK. Well, I'm so glad I've managed to make 2 hats out of this ball. Oh, uh, oh my gosh. But you did really want to see my tonsils then, didn't you? But I had my crochet in my hand, so I didn't have a free hand to put over my mouth, so that's very rude of me. Did you see the thumbnail from that video I made? I was going, they always pick a horrendous thumbnail. They never pick one where I'm going. I'm sure they must go through and think, oh, she's pulling her face. Yeah, did you see it, Chris? It was so funny, wasn't it? They did one of me going like that one time with my finger. And I must have been going 1, 2, 3, but it froze on that. And somebody had put, Jan, have you seen your thumbnail? Looks like you're flipping the bird. I said, I can assure you I wasn't. It was just that the thumbnail froze. I think somebody must have a sense of humour. They're going, pick that for a thumbnail. She looks, yeah. Oh, I wouldn't like to see a bison close up. It would fear me to death. I've only seen pictures. If they were in the UK, they'd only be in a zoo, and I don't want to see an animal in a zoo. Don't like to see anything in a zoo. Unless they're a completely endangered species and they're trying to breed them like artificially or something like that. But I don't like to see anything in a zoo. And I certainly don't like to see birds in cages. I don't care how big your cage is. Don't stick a bird in it. It's not meant to be there. And I wouldn't like to go on a safari either. See rhinos coming charging at the vehicle. Woo! No, thank you. Well, I'm glad I'm finishing because my shoulder is hurting. Sounds a bit like most men I know that, Enid. No, if I want to see a bird, I want to see it through a pair of binoculars, flying in the air. I don't want to see him in a cage. Oh. Oh. If I was in some place where they had things in cages to sell, I would probably have had the money. I would buy them and open the cage door and let them all go. Yeah. Oh, well, that's not too bad. If I got 2 hats for a £5, that's not bad, is it? I can afford to sell them. I'm not starting another hat tonight, no, my shoulder's hurting. I'm just glad I've got 2 hats. Not got much of a ball left, mind, just a few yards, but that's great. Need to sew my tails in, or ends in, or whatever you call them. Answer my friend who's asking me why when she made one hat with 3 balls, she can't make another one with 3 balls of a different colour. I don't know. All I got told years ago when I had a wool shop is that some colours weigh heavier with the dye. You never get as much yardage on black as you do on any other colours because black is usually an over dye. They don't dye black. What they do is they put black on a colour that hasn't turned out right. So nobody actually dyes anything black unless they've dyed something blue that's wrong. and it's not the right colour for their range, so then they will over dye it black. That's why when you get black, it runs off on your fingers, and also it can run. That's why I got it explained to me. It's probably not the same these days now, they pressure dye things, but rather than scrap a colour because it's wrong, they dye it black. Sheepishly sharing. Make that yarn work on your machine. AliExpress. My AliExpress is in the shed. I've only ever made hats with it, really. Never really made anything else worthwhile. And also, English yarn doesn't really like the Addy. The Aran's too thick and the double knit's too thin. Yeah, look, second hat made. So that's 2 hats made out of 1 ball. I'm quite happy with that. Not got much left. A little bit, a few yards. Right, that's it now. My left shoulder is killing me. Nathan, they're not worth the money. I mean, it was 70 quid when I bought mine, but they've gone up. They're not worth it. All you can make is a hat. Can't make much else. How many plain hats do you want to make? I saw somebody the other day had made a puppet. I don't know how they made the puppet with an Addy. As I say, American yarn works well on the Addy. English yarn, double knit's too thin, and Aran is too thick. I wouldn't bother, Nathan. They're not worth it. What would you make? Would you make hats, or what would you make? What are you thinking that you could make with an Addy? You can make a doubled up scarf, or you could make a hat. So unless you're going to clothe the homeless population with hats, I wouldn't bother. Anything else you would have to make in strips. Yeah, she'd have to make it in strips and sew it up, because it only comes out like that wide when you do it flat. So how many strips would you have to sew together? And you'd have to be very neat with your seaming, wouldn't you? You couldn't make a jumper. You could make a jumper for a baby, maybe. But it's very difficult to do shaping or anything like that on the Addy. You can go backwards and forwards, but you can only go backwards and forwards on the same width. It's like loom knitting. You can only do something that's the size of your loom. If you want to make anything bigger, you've got to get bigger looms, or those that go like that. But they're very limited. I made loads of hats on it for the homeless, and after that I didn't make anything. It's just sat there. I think Sue borrowed it and made a scarf. I even bought pattern books to see if I could make something different, but leg warmer if you've got skinny legs, Jane. But they wouldn't go anywhere near my legs. Bed socks, yeah, because it's too thick to make socks with. Also, don't forget you can't do ribbing. You've got to do ribbing by hand. You've got to finish it off, because when it comes off the machine, it's just loops. So if you cast it off, you get a frilly edge. So, nah. You have to gather it up to make the top of a hat. You can't shape it. It's just very limited, I found. Very, very limited as to what you can make. And I bought the smaller one, and it's too small. All you can make is premature baby hats. Once again, if you're in America, you've got like the red heart type thickness. Over here in the UK, we've got double knit, which is finer. We've got Aran, which is thicker. It's not geared at all for UK yarns. It's only geared for your number 4 yarn if you're in America. So half a job, isn't yeah. I doubt you'd like it, Nathan. You wouldn't be wasting. You'd be wasting your money. Having said that, I won't sell mine because you wouldn't get anything for it. But it's just sat in the shed. If ever I feel like churning up some hats, millions of hats with me oddments that I don't have anymore. Yeah, with hats you have to make them that long and then double them in half to make them like thick enough. Because if you just do it one single thickness, it's too thin, it's open, the wind would blow through it, it looks ugly. And you've got the problem of what to do with the end, whether you put it on needles and crochet around it or what you do. So it's easy to make it doubled and then just gather up either end and then one goes inside the other, makes a doubled hat. And that's the only way I got to make a hat. So I soon got bored with that. At least if you're doing a loom, I believe you can do different stitches. But on the Addy, you can just do stocking stitch and that's it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I soon got fed up with it, Jane. Very limited. It's okay for somebody who's got mobility problems. What's a palaver? A right palaver. A right, something that's fiddly, messy. It takes you ages to do something or other. That's a right palaver. It's not, oh, you can see the flowers, yeah. Yeah, it's still there. It's me that's in the way. My big head gets in the way. I have to sit like that so you can see the flowers. Yeah, what time is... Oh, it's gone past midnight. So I've done 2 hats, so I've not done too bad, have I? 2 hats today. Lot of Americans shouting, "Let's go, Brandon." I've no idea who the ex-Brandon. Or perhaps some political figure or something we know nothing about, John. Probably something we don't want to know anything about. We'd have to search. My ball winder. I can't be bothered. You get it out, don't you, and you stick it on your table if you've got a table to stick it to. Something to do with Joe Biden. All right. At least he's quieter than Trump, that's all I can say. I couldn't have imagined Trump getting a standing ovation like Obama did. Obviously, Obama was very popular when he went to the G2 conference. Ah, I see, Chris, yeah. You always get people who shout. Whoever's in power, people don't like him or they go potty. He's so fanatical over there. I mean, we might say we don't like the Prime Minister or he's a bit of a twit or whatever, but we don't do all this like they do in America. You know, rallies. Don't think anybody ever make a rally about Boris. We're more refined over here. We don't go around going, yeah, yeah. We have taste. Oh, God, yeah. I never understand it, yeah. Yeah, well, as I say, in the UK, Trump is the same thing as saying fart. You say, I have trumped when you've done a fart. So to me, it was President Fart. Yeah. Why do you say that, John? He was an idiot that lined his own pockets. God, the man had been bankrupt about 9 times. He wasn't fit to be let loose with a penny of my money. How can you let a man in charge of the country when he's been bankrupt about 9 times? I wouldn't want him near the money of state money. Would I? Heck. Must have been something in it for him then, John. I don't want to understand politics. I'm too old. Can't be bothered with it anymore. When I was younger, I used to get aerated about things political. But now I think they're all as bad as each other. There's not one of them that's straight. They're all as bent as a 9 bob nut. Trump refusing money. Which side of the bed did you fall out of? He thought he was God. That's all I can say, and I cannot do with anybody who thinks they're above everybody else. Don't know where you get your facts from, John, but they're different facts than what I've read. Oh, he is a bit. Yeah, you're right there, Jane. Definitely one of those. But he's not there anymore now, and hopefully he'll have died before the next presidential election. We'll get somebody new. Why do you US politicians always have to have one foot in the grave? That's what gets me. Do you have to be 75 before you can be a president? I think Obama was one of the youngest ones you've ever had. All the others have got one foot in the grave. I mean, bloody Trump's older than me. How can he serve another 4 years? God, he had more than one foot in the grave. Biden's as bad. He's as old as the hills. Yeah, Kennedy was young. Kennedy was young. Obama was young. All the others are as old as the hills. I said that for English politicians. They might have grown old. when they were in politics, but they didn't go into politics at 75 years old. Oh, they're all bent as a nine bob. No, I don't trust anybody in politics. I don't even bother anymore now. As soon as politics comes on, party political broadcast on behalf of the switch off. Mm, I will promise you this, that, and the other. And as soon as I get into office, I'll forget everything I've said. I'll deny I ever said it. And I'm not talking about one political party, I'm talking about them all. They're all as bad. Doesn't matter what name they come under, it doesn't matter what political party they come under, they're all the same. What's in it for me? I will line my pockets. What's in it for me? I tend not to watch anything. Definitely, if it's a political, I don't care if it's in the US, Australia, UK, if it mentions politics, I just switch it off. I think I've got no patience. No patience for anything. Oh, yeah, I want good news. Well, there's not much good news around, though, is there? It's always people getting stabbed. That's all we seem to have in England. When I read about American news, it's always people drive-by shootings and shootings in schools and stuff like that. Switch on the news in England, and all I get is stabbings, muggings. And I think, what the heck's the world coming to? Why do people have to go around carrying knives and stabbing people 42 times? Excuse me. What are you going around carrying a knife in your pocket for? To defend myself. Why? If nobody carried a blooming knife, you wouldn't have to carry one to defend yourself. Oh, nobody fights fair anymore. And blokes have always had fight. They always will. They have a bit of alcohol in them and they want to fight the world. But back in my day, it used to be one guy against one guy. It didn't used to be six guys sitting on one person and beating the out of them. Where did all that come from? You know, people will always fight. People will always, but they don't used to fight with knives, did they? Definitely man against man. And their friends used to hold the coats. They didn't join in, you know. Well, as long as that asteroid doesn't hit me, I'm not bothered. I'm not worried about something that might not hit me. I'm 76 next week, is it? No, the week after. So I don't care anymore. Excuse me, but I'm going to look after me for a change. I just bother about breathing in, breathing out, and living till the next day. Every day's a surprise. Hey, I'm still here. I don't give a what's it about anything. I've grown remarkably selfish in my old age. Oh, God. Well, the Martians coming as well. Is there life on Mars? That was a song, wasn't it? No, if it's going to hit us, Chris, it's going to hit us, isn't it? So I've got worrying. My dad used to say that, don't lie awake all night worried about something that might happen. Wait while it happens and then you can worry about it, If it hits us, if it plonks on my head, then I won't have to worry about it because I won't be here. Yeah. Yeah, the Martians might better make a better job of it. Martians for politics, Martians for president, Martians for prime minister. Way! Little green men, we vote for them. They couldn't make a bigger mess, could they? Ah. As for this G whatever conference, yeah, they've all given it all out. What they're going to do, nothing will change. Nothing at all will change. We'll just all keep trundling along. Mass destruction. No, we'll just keep trundling along. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they can all talk the talk. But can they walk the walk? That's what I want to know. And they can't. That's what politicians are trained in, isn't it? Speak. Political speak. How to have an hour long whatever and say exactly nothing. Yeah. They must go to classes for it, you know. How to talk drivel out the back of my rear end for an hour. When you analyse it, what have they said? Exactly nothing. They just use big words and go round and the drivel comes out their mouth. Yeah. I don't know nothing about Nigel Farage. Not going to enter into that one, Joe. I know note about him. Hmm. Well, good evening, Shad. Where have you been while now? I'm just going to go off and you're just coming on. Oh, dear. Psycho killer. We're talking about politicians again, Enid. Psycho killers. I think I need a facelift. Except I'm too scared. If I had the money, I'd be too scared to do it. I wouldn't want anybody mucking about. Mm. Yeah, if I got rid of them baggy bits under there, that would make a big difference, wouldn't it? But too scared to do it, so I won't be doing it. Tape it, yeah, get some sellotape, strong-sided tape, and tape it all behind my ears somewhere. I couldn't do it. Operations when you need them, like your appendix took out and stuff like that, are different. But operations just to make your so-called look prettier, I'd be scared to death of finishing up looking like a freak, or even more of a freak than I already am. No, I couldn't do it. You know, all these people who shove Botox and fillers and all sorts in their mouth. Yeah. I've seen some of them, yeah. And then they take all this rubber stuff off, don't they? They look like 94. You couldn't keep it up, could you? Honestly, Chris, you know. You couldn't. You know, if you had to do all that 3 hour makeup every day, oh, takes me about 10 minutes. Probably looks like it takes me 10 minutes as well. I can't be bothered with all this shading and contouring and stuff. When you get my age, there's not a lot you can do. Just put a bit of eyeshadow on, mascara, and hope for the best. A bit lippy. There's no way I could make this face look 20 again, even if I used a filter. So, if you did that on like Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is, TikTok, I don't even know what that is. People say, who does she think she is? We know she doesn't look like that in real life. That's the sad thing, isn't it? Girls do that to their pictures. Put them on TikTok where they're lifted, shifted, doing it all with these filter things and that. And then they get all upset when they don't look like that. And it makes them all sad because they just don't look like the filter picture. My necklace is down here somewhere. There you go. There you go. Wooden rings with glitter things in the middle. That's what it is. I'm going to sneeze. Again. Oh dear. I know I've got wrinkles. I've got wrinkles. These dents come from my CPAP machine. I never had these dents until I started. When you wear a CPAP machine, it fits there like two plastic things. COVID, no, better not be. I'm having enough. Me eye done. It's Wednesday. I don't want COVID. No, thank you. Couldn't get a COVID test. Tried to get one, tried to book one. No, you can't have one. It's your clinic or your hospital that's got to do it for you. Well, they didn't tell me that, but of course, tries to ring the clinic, and of course, not open till Monday. So where I'm going to get a COVID test, I don't know. And I can't get my operation until I've had a COVID test. And they won't have an Astro whatever flow one. It's got to be a PCR one. We can send you one out by post, yes, but then I would have to go out when I'm on 3-day self-isolation and post it back to you. And then when I go, would I get the results? Oh, probably in a couple of weeks. Oh, that's great. That's brilliant. I'm having my operation on Wednesday. Well, your clinic should have sorted this out for you. I said, well, they didn't send me any messages. They didn't. Oh. Oh, little things set my nose off. You know, if you spray air freshener or incense sticks set me off. Perfume is the worst ones. House of Gucci film. You're not going to go to the cinema, are you, Nathan? Cost a bomb. To wait while it comes out on video. Look at that. Every time I move my wire. Ooh. Well, I'm going to go and see if I can get to bed. Don't think I'm going to sleep. I shall listen to another half of Agatha Rosie or Agatha Christie and fall asleep. Eventually. And I never know what the second half of the play is all about. I was watching, what were they called? Oh, I can't remember what they were called. Daubner and Dench or something or other. Series of that. And then they've took it off. So it's not on YouTube anymore. So I can't watch the end. Daubney and Dent or something they were called. It was, Anna Massey was reading it along with some other woman. So I never got to finish any of them because they've took them off YouTube. $6.99 on the day, and you can get 2 for 1. That's not so bad then. Our cinemas round here seem to be very expensive. Rosie coming downstairs, probably for her last wee before she goes to sleep. City World, we've got something called View, V-U-E, the View. That's our local cinema. Not that I've been. Well, it was shut when I came at first, wasn't it? Because of COVID, it was closed down. It's only just reopened again, not that long. Meerkat movies. Right, people, I am literally drooping now. I've been on for almost 3.5 hours, so I think it's time to say good night all. And maybe I can actually see you next week. Maybe I can actually see with this eye to read. That's if I get there. Such a pessimist. You know, when you got this feeling they're going to cancel you again. Oh, you've not had your COVID test. So sorry. Don't bother coming on Wednesday. Why can't you buy them at the chemist or something? Why can you only get the lateral flow test at the chemist and that won't do? They don't count that. The world has gone mad. Right, I'm going to say good night, everybody. Thank you all for your company. And I will say nighty-nighty, bye-zy, and go to bed. Bye, all. See you next week with one eye. See you, Chris. Good night, everybody. Night, Nathan.